The Catholic students had invited me to go to a meeting. I really loved going to these meetings because I liked listening about God. For me, there was nothing more beautiful than to listen to someone speaking about God. But since the war was about to break out, my daddy said, "I cannot allow you to go because if war breaks out, you may not come home anymore." And so with tears in my eyes, you know how it is, feeling down with tears in my eyes, I went to the student center and said, "I cannot go. My dad expressed the will of God for me. I cannot go." A few days later, the threat of war disappeared. Just see what comes from being obedient. The newspaper said that there would not be any war, but then later the war did break out. And so the Catholic students called me and said, "Look, Chiara, there will be a meeting which is going to be much more beautiful, much more beautiful. In fact, it will take place at Loreto." According to tradition, angels carried the true house of Jesus, Mary, and Saint Joseph from Nazareth, first to Dalmatia and then to Loreto, which is here in Italy. As soon as the house arrived there, they built a big church around it, which is like a fortress, so that the house wouldn't be taken away, because in the past, the angels had put the house on their shoulders and taken it away from other places. Of course, if the angels wanted to, they could have demolished the fortress, but they left it there. And the student said to me, "Would you like to go to Loreto?" And I said, "I will ask my parents." I went to my parents and they said, "Yes, you can go because there is no longer the threat of war." I arrived at Loreto and went into that house, and there the Lord gave me really extraordinary graces. Because inside this house, I imagined the infant Jesus, Mary going from one corner of the room to another. Perhaps the angel entered through that window, and who knows what the infant Jesus might have said. Perhaps Saint Joseph built those walls, and the same walls would have heard the voices of Mary, of Joseph, of the infant Jesus, even perhaps the songs of the infant Jesus. And this made such a divine impression on me that I recollected myself in prayer. And I cried and cried, leaning against the walls of that house, enraptured by the mystery of the Holy Family which had unfolded in there. And there, the Lord made me understand something. When you are older, I will call you, and your vocation will be a house. It will be the Focolare. The Focolare will be like a little house where there are the Pope, who are virgins, as well as those who are married, as it is now in the Focolare. And they are consecrated to God because Our Lady is a virgin, but she is also married. Because Saint Joseph is a virgin, but he is also married. Because the infant Jesus is a virgin. There he made me understand my vocation. Then I went out of the church, and this is what he made me see outside. I was alone, all alone. Those around me were strangers, but with the eyes of my soul, he made me see a long line of children, of young girls and young women who would follow in my path. I returned to Trent and I met my spiritual director. He saw that I was over the moon with the happiness, and he asked, "What's up with you, Chiara? What happened?" And I replied, "I understood my way." And he said, "Are you going to get married?" "No." "Will you remain a virgin on your own in the world, at home?" "No." "Are you going to become a nun?" "No." "And so?" And I kept silent, because I didn't know how to explain it to him, but I had understood. It was the fourth way.